Hello, 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 my friend. Today, I thought I would do some prompted drawings for you. My friend got me this 200 prompts for drawing book, and I was feeling artsy, so I thought, why not do a couple and see what happens. Sorry for the shadows on it. I just don't have the best lighting sometimes. But the first prompt is Tooth Fairy. So while I draw a tooth fairy, I'm gonna do some chatting and colored pencil sounds. These colored pencils are all lead. There is no paper or anything around them. They have like a plastic outer coating. But other than that, you get all the bang for your buck. And I do use them later. So this was a lot of fun sometimes. It's nice to just let go and do some drawing without really thinking about it too much. It's kind of relieving. Because sometimes when I'm drawing, I can just way overthink it. Or sometimes when you plan something out, it just becomes really good. It's a really nice payoff once you're finished, but sometimes it's nice to just kind of check out and draw a little bit of whatever. So this was my idea of a tooth fairy. I thought he'd be kind of like a haggard old man who had been working for a long time, and he has a little wand tattoo on his lower root, I suppose. And he's got stars all over him because he's quite shiny. My shiny teeth in me. But he's in his tooth layer where he brings all the teeth back that he takes in exchange for the coins that he has. So later I think I draw a little quarter on his root / hand. And I drew mountains of teethers. Because I figured that would be what his layer would be like. And I had to be like, he's just kind of over it, you know. He's been doing this job for so long, it's a little monotonous. He's already got so many teeth. He's not really worried about it too much. So he's just like, hey kid, I'm here for your teeth. Give me your teeth. Give me your teeth, I'll give you a quarter. Give me your teeth, I'll give you a quarter. That's what he sounds like. I'm having to record it in snippets because my floors are quite thin and my roommate is moving out. And the dog is walking around. And my boyfriend's getting up to go to the bathroom. It's just noisy. It's a noisy little house. The floorboards creak like nobody's business. Anyways, now we're getting to the money shot. The colored money shot. I just thought making him a nice blue seemed like a good tooth fairy color. Maybe I should have made him a little worn. Maybe like some slate yellowing or something just to show age, but I didn't. But this was a lot of fun. Like I said, I really like just kind of letting go and just going with the flow here. Because really, the only idea I had was Tooth Fairy. And so, it's like, okay, well, of course, I'm just going to draw a big tooth with wings and a mustache. And I like him just kind of being this old guy. An old guy who's done. He's done with it. I'm sure this isn't a new concept. What is nowadays almost. But I think he's a cute little guy. I'm gonna have to do more of these. I think recording my drawings is real eye-opening. Because I always say, I draw so fast. Or I'm by day I'm a graphic designer. And so I always say, I design so fast. And then I record myself. And I'm like, oh, by fast, I mean it took me 3 hours to make that. This didn't take me 3 hours. It took more like 1 hour to do 2 drawings. But still, it's nice to see how long things like this actually take, because I can get a little bit blinded, I believe, or just become unaware of exactly how long something takes. I was unsure about the red and orange wings, but everything when you're going with the flow is as a great man once said, happy little accidents. And I do like the colors together, nice complementary colors against this cool tone blue. It really does make it pop a little bit, I think. And the lines on him don't really look like butterfly wings. That's what I wanted him to have. They kind of look like leaves. It's okay. It's alright. Like I said, sometimes you just gotta go with the flow. And whatever happens, just kind of run with it. And sometimes those turn out to be the best parts about the art. I've done that many a time. And sometimes it comes with, usually I like the happy accident when it was kind of what I was planning. You know, like I had this idea in my head, I try to execute it. Maybe it doesn't come out exactly how I was thinking, but it's not far off. I tend to like it more than when I change my mind last minute. Like I'll have a plan, and then I'll get to that point where I need to execute the plan or implement it, and I'll change my mind. And then I'm more often than not, I don't like what I changed my mind to. And I'm always like, I wish I would have just stuck with my plan. So that's something I'm working on. But for this, like the background, I didn't really know what I was doing here. So I thought, well, it needs some darkness around it to kind of help it pop. But I didn't want to color the entire page just because I didn't feel like it. And that's okay. Oops, sorry there. But yeah, that's okay to not have to, you can be a little lazy sometimes. It's okay to be a little bit lazy. But yeah, that was the finished drawing my little tooth guy. And now we're doing a rainy day. So for these prompts, I just started drawing the first thing that came to my mind. And so I thought about a fish. I thought about a fish holding a dead flower, a flower that's kind of drooping down. Because for rainy day, instead of physically just drawing rain day, I kind of went with the idea like a rainy day is kind of, could be a sad day. Maybe you're feeling a little down in the dumpies. So I thought, well, I could draw a fish who's just a little bit sad. Maybe he's got a little bit of a dead flower or something. And I ended up really liking this drawing. And I turned it into a finished illustration. Which maybe I'll pop in. I could pop it in at the end of the video or something, because I do a third drawing, but I really don't like it, so I don't show it. And that happens too. So I ruined the armadillo page because I was trying to draw a funky armadillo, and I drew too big, so it was going off the page, and I didn't really like how I started it. And that's part of drawing with a pen too, is I like that it kind of locks in those decisions, and sometimes the consequence of doing that is you don't like what you draw, and sometimes you draw too much and you can't really fix it. Small accidents, you can just work it in, like the legs on this fish, I drew his pant legs, I drew the holes before I drew the legs, so the legs just kind of had to go over the holes. And his little fin, I drew it out, and I wanted to wrap his fin like he's holding the flower, which, I forgot to draw the flower. Now I'm thinking about it in my illustration. But I like how the illustration came out. I wish I would have drawn the flower, though. I guess it's not too late. I did share it on Instagram, but I just wanted something to post. And I'm trying to stop doing that. I'm trying to stop feeling forced about, I gotta share something, I need to share stuff so people stay interested in my work. But I like the drawing. I just forgot he was supposed to be holding a flower. I just like the fish, So I thought it was funny to have him be underwater, but it's still raining. So I just have this little distressed fish sitting down at the bottom of the ocean, feeling a little sad. And that's okay. Nothing wrong with that. It's okay to feel a little sad sometimes. Sometimes you need to feel a little sad, I think, just to deal with whatever you're dealing with. Think about it. It helps you, well, me anyways, helps me kind of be able to digest it, absorb it, assess, deal with it, and move forward. I do like to be happy, though. Sometimes I feel like being sad is a little bit of a waste of time, or at least being angry is a waste of time, because you never know how long you have on this earth. I like to spend what I know I have, which is right now, enjoying it, being happy, and just enjoying this opportunity I've received to be alive, and to have gotten such a chance to be a human, because I think it's really neat. It's an amazing opportunity. I'd like to enjoy it while I can, because in all honesty, I'm not so sure there's another shot. Well, also, I don't know why I started talking in a southern accent. I think I got a little bit of a southern twang going on a little bit, and I'm not sure why. I don't have southern twang. I'm from Kansas, and I think a lot of people might think Kansas, it's just a bunch of farmers. And there are some people down here with some accents, I'm not gonna lie, but I'm not, well, I'm sure I do have an accent to someone else who has a different type of accent, but this, what I'm talking in right now, this ain't my real accent, It's a little bit exaggerated. I got a little bit of a Theo Vaughn accent going on. But yeah, I think I was just starting to draw. I had a trout in my mind. I wasn't looking at a reference photo or anything. That probably would have helped with the color stuff, but sometimes. So I do like looking at reference images a lot when I'm drawing. But other times, it's nice to just, like I said, just go with what you think is in your head, because it helps with freedom of the craft, I think. And you can get something a little bit more unique. So, like, if I was looking at a reference image, I wouldn't have got red dots on them. You know, they're dark dots. You have cream colored bellies. And I do like how this little guy came out. Also like that he has a little pot belly. And yeah, I'm gonna have to go in and add the little sad flower on my trout, because I didn't do that. I just drew a trout sitting there chilling. And I called it my leg, because I gave him a little SpongeBob sky. Which I was looking at the skies in SpongeBob and the little clouds, and I think those are supposed to be corals, right? Coral reef flowers. That's kind of how they draw those flowers when they show them later in the show. But I was wondering, I don't know, just what a good, whoever made that artistic choice, just what a good choice, you know? It's such an iconic piece of SpongeBob, and it's not even, I guess it is a main part, but it's obviously just really in the background, quite literally. And people have associated those types of flowers with SpongeBob. No one else has flowers like that. And so those are implemented in almost everything SpongeBob. So I might show that little trout drawing that came with this. And that's the beauty of, like I said, just kind of going with the flows. You get real cool stuff like this. And then it ends up maybe blossoming other ideas. Oh, I gave him a little tear too. But yeah, here's my little trout, my little rainy day trout. Alright, and then as promised, I'm gonna go ahead and add my little trout illustration I made after this. So I was drawing this in the waiting room when my partner was getting his wisdom teeth removed. I felt like maybe it's like a little kid almost. Gotta bring my coloring stuff. But I did go back in and add the little flower and tear that I was talking about. But I really like how this little guy came out, so I thought this was really, and here I do use a reference because I wanted to change the colors a little bit. But I really like how this came out. I messed with him for quite a while, and I think he turned out real neat. And that was a lot of fun. Obviously, I think the little hand is kind of last minute, but I think it's cool. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good night. Bye.